Hello everybody. Sorry we had to keep you waiting due to some technical issues. It's been pouring heavily since last whole night. It has rained in Bombay, and since morning also it has been continuously pouring, putting all the digital technologies totally haywire. And because of that, it took us so long to connect with you, but we didn't want to miss out this opportunity of sharing some most important uh, information regarding breastfeeding and also satisfying all your queries regarding breastfeeding. So, this is Dr. Rita Shah. I have been doing pregnancy classes called 9 months for more than 30 years. I have started these classes in Bombay, and I also specialize in lactation consultancy, which helps the mothers to breastfeed their babies and come out of the issues that generally they face in the initial period. So I am very proud to say that Morrison Baby Dreams has taken a wonderful initiative of doing this wonderful live event during this breastfeeding week, as a result of which we can provide this service to many of the needed mothers. So many mothers want to breastfeed their babies very, very keenly, but because of some issues, they don't know how to progress further, and ultimately they resort to formula feeding. So here we are. Now, as all of you are aware, or some of you may not even know, Morrison Baby Dreams is a company of J.L. Morrison, manufacturing baby products as well as helping the mothers to take care of her newborn with all the innovative items that they have introduced to make her life easier in taking care of the newborn. I have been associated with Morrison Baby Dreams for more than 3 years, and I am very happy that every time they have often come out with new ideas and new formulations to help the mothers in distress. So straight away, without wasting time, we would definitely would want to answer all your queries related to breastfeeding. So see that you start putting them one by one so I can do proper justice and satisfy your problems. Now, the first question that is coming to me is coming from Sarita, and she is asking, how often should I breastfeed and how will I know whether my baby is getting enough milk? Initially, when the baby is just born, frequent breastfeeding is very much recommended, because the more the baby sucks, the more the milk is going to get produced. So, we recommend the mothers to put the baby to the breast at least 10 to 12 times in 24 hours during the first couple of days to get the breastfeeding established and let the milk flow come adequately according to the need of the baby. The next question is, how will I know whether my baby is getting enough milk? Actually speaking, if your baby sleeps well, after the feed is given to the baby, it's a good indication to the mother that the baby has been satisfied with whatever amount of milk that has been given to the baby. But if you still want to be doubly sure, if your baby passes urine at least 6 times and has 1 or 2 loose motions in 24 hours after 1 week of the baby's birth, that tells you that the milk getting into the baby is sufficient, and there is no need to panic that there is less milk, because negativity on the part of the mother can reduce the milk supply in the mother's breast. You have to be very positive in your attitudes and outlook so as to produce enough quantities of milk for your baby. The next question is posed by Zeel Mehta. Can I continue breastfeeding if my breast hurt or if I have a cold or the flu? Yes, you can continue with breastfeeding despite your breast hurting, because sometimes the breast hurt because the baby has not emptied out the breast completely. So as the baby starts feeding and emptying out the breast, the problem of painful breast will automatically settle down. In case if the breast keep on hurting continuously, you have the option of getting your breast checked by your doctor to find out that no infection is occurring in the breast. But if a little pain is there initially when you start feeding the baby, and later on if the pain disappears, it is normal for quite a few mothers to experience this kind of discomfort in the first few days, and then obviously the pain will go away for good. Sometimes the pain persists because the baby has not been latched correctly at the breast. So when you are expecting, you should join a good prenatal class. In today's situation, we offer online classes on Zoom. So from any corner of the world, not only from India, but from every part of the world, you can join these classes and get yourself well prepared. Can you breastfeed your baby if you have a cold or a flu? Yes, certainly. On the contrary, when you have a small infection like a cold, your body develops antibodies and it gets passed into the baby through your milk. So indirectly your baby develops the immunity to fight out the infections. Even if you have been put on medications like painkillers or antibiotics, you can still continue to breastfeed the baby. Are there foods one should avoid eating while breastfeeding? And by and large, a simple, well-balanced, proper meal cooked in the house is the best food that a mother should eat. You should avoid eating very spicy, stale, cold foods. What about alcohol or caffeine? Obviously no, because this will get passed into the baby through the milk. So you should definitely avoid them. There's a question from Sai. Hello doctor, are there any medications that I should stop taking unless and until the medication is for HIV or for cancer? You can continue breastfeeding the baby despite having these medications for other problems. When should one introduce a bottle? A bottle should not be introduced during the first few weeks, because then the baby will get confused between the breast and the bottle, as a result of which the baby may give up breast, because the bottle feeding is very easy for the baby as well. So the right time to introduce a bottle to the baby is after 4 to 6 weeks of baby's birth, so that you can be a little free. But when you are introducing a bottle to the baby, you have to make sure that that bottle contains your own breast milk which has been expressed out, and not formula or cow's milk. Mona is asking a question: what should be done when a child wants to breastfeed all the time? When the child is asking for a feed all the time, that is an indication that probably you are not latching the baby correctly, as a result of which the baby is not able to take in the amount it requires at a particular feed. It is not getting satisfied and it wants to be fed frequently. So you have to make sure that your latch is correct. You have to make sure that you are eating and drinking sufficiently to produce adequate amounts of milk for the baby, and you also have to make sure that you are giving minimum 10 to 12 to 14 feeds within 24 hours. Then the milk cycle gets properly established in your body, and plenty of milk will develop, which will make your baby satisfied, and it will not ask for feed all the time. Also, you should remember, Mona, that all cries of the baby are not hunger cries. So don't attribute every cry of the baby that it is hungry. Babies cry for several reasons. Even if the baby is very hot, very cold, if you have tied the baby very and the baby is very uncomfortable, the baby can cry. So you have to ensure that you have checked all the other reasons, and just don't keep on offering the breast all the time the minute it starts crying. Your maternal instincts become very strong when you become a new mother, and you will be able to identify the cries of the baby, whether it's a hunger cry or whether it's a cry that the baby is feeling lonely and wants to be held close to you. Also, you have to remember there is another question coming. What could be the reason if the child does not breastfeed post birth? If the child does not breastfeed post birth, there are several reasons. One is, while you were in the hospital, they may be giving several formula feeds to the baby. So the baby is now not used to coming to your breast, as a result of which it doesn't want to breastfeed. The second reason may be you are not using exclusive breastfeeding. You're doing a combination of formula and breast. Baby has developed a liking for the bottle feeding coming with the formula, and that's why it doesn't want to come to the breast. Or you may be using a strong deodorant. The minute you put the baby to the breast, the baby doesn't like that smell and wants to get away from the breast. So check for all these things, and if you need any particular help, then you can always connect with me and I can guide you. Vrishi Jain, I have heard that I can't get pregnant whilst breastfeeding. Yes, it is true in 80% of the cases, not in all 100%. So you have to ensure that you are going to use a proper contraceptive after 6 weeks are over, so that you will have no problems of conceiving despite breastfeeding. There is a 20% chance of mothers not able to have 100% protection with breastfeeding, as a result of which sometimes she can conceive with an unsafe relation. We don't want this to happen, so you have to take proper precautions. Pragnya is asking a question: what are the benefits that the mother gets on breastfeeding? Girls, to tell you very frankly, there are plenty of benefits that the mother gets, even more than the baby gets. We have seen overall that the baby's benefits are not that many, but the mother's benefits are definitely much more. Firstly, it helps the mother to come back to her original weight faster, because breastfeeding the baby helps you to burn out calories. It also brings your uterus back to its shape. It prevents cancer happening at a later age in your life, and it delays the onset of osteoporosis. So like that, there are umpteen number of benefits that the mother derives when she breastfeeds her baby. Jyoti is asking, how do I prevent sore nipples? Soreness in the nipples generally happen because of an improper latch. What is a latch, girls? The way the mother holds the baby at the breast, and if she does not allow the baby to take in plenty of areola in her mouth, we have seen that mothers develop soreness. So you have to ensure that your latch is correct. Also, in a prenatal class, we teach the mothers how to look after her breast in her pregnancy, how to prepare her breast for breastfeeding, because when you start breastfeeding the baby, your nipples are subjected to a lot of soreness, as a result of which obviously they will start hurting and you will not be able to breastfeed your baby. The best and the easiest remedy is, after every feed is over, squeeze out 2-3 drops of your milk and rub it in your nipple and areola after the feed and let it air dry. This this milk of yours has lots of moisturizing properties, as a result of which it will help the sore nipples to heal. Nikita is asking, are there any preparations necessary in pregnancy? Of course, a lot of breast preparation is very much needed in pregnancy, and you have to ensure that your nipples are not subjected to any kind of soreness in the post delivery phase. You have to prepare your nipples. A good prenatal class will teach you that. Is there a particular position which can give adequate milk flow? No, there are several positions which the mother can adopt according to her comfort level, according to her baby's comfort, and decide which is the most convenient for the both of them. There is no particular position that will increase the milk flow. So milk flow is not dependent upon the position or how the mother holds the baby, but obviously it is dependent upon the latch. Latch is the way the baby holds the mother's breast in the mouth. That is termed as latch. Can you recommend a lactation consultant and support programs for new mothers? A good prenatal class would not allow the need for hiring a lactation consultant post delivery. The mother is completely well prepared, her breasts are well prepared, and mentally she knows what is the right way of doing things once she starts breastfeeding the baby. Support programs, yes, in a class they form their own groups and they start interacting with one another, which is a very good support program. In any case, if anyone needs any help, you can definitely approach me and we will help to sort out your problems. Lavanya is also asking for sore nipples. I have just mentioned, Lavanya, that you have to latch the baby correctly at the breast. That will prevent soreness in the nipples from setting in. So make sure that your latch is correct. You also have to take proper care while you are pregnant, as a result of which your nipple skin will become nice and tough and will avoid the friction in the nipples. The Alpa is asking for how many months the mother has to breastfeed the child. We recommend 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding. The advantage of exclusive breastfeeding to the child up to the age of 6 months is that the child does not develop any kind of illnesses because of the strong immunity it gets through the mother's milk. As a result of which this child will become a very strong child, and once later when the solids are introduced, the number of breastfeeding getting into the baby will obviously become less. So it is up to 6 months we generally recommend exclusive breastfeeding to the baby, as a result of which the mother will have to continue for 6 months. I am working and out for 8 to 10 hours a day. What do I do about breastfeeding, Bijal? You can always express out the milk, store it, and then this milk can be given to the baby while you are at work. So it is very, very simple. Using a breast pump, you also carry a breast pump at your workplace. So in between you use the pump, collect the milk, which can be used the next day. All the instructions of storing the milk, how to use the expressed milk are all given to you in a prenatal class. So you can make use of that information and you can still continue with breastfeeding despite getting back to work. But by and large in today's times, generally 5 to 6 months maternity leave is offered by all companies. So if you are not granted that, then obviously you will have to express out your milk. I would rather you express out your milk, pump it out and store it, rather than you giving milk to the baby like a formula or cow's milk when you are at work. That will slowly cut down your breast milk, and then you will lose out on your breast milk completely. While you are at work, stored and expressed milk can be given to the baby, and before you leave for work and after you get back home from work, you can continue with breastfeeding. That will keep on building up the milk supply in your body. Sarita is asking any particular feeding position you suggest. No, as I told you, there are so many different positions. Cradle hold, cross cradle hold for cesarean mothers, football hold works very good. So whatever the mother and the baby finds comfortable, that is the best position. Yes, Zeal is asking, should milk storage bags be used with breast pumps? Obviously, because if you start storing the milk in bottles or containers, it will take away a lot of space in your freezer compartment, and it will be very inconvenient to the rest of the family. Milk storage bags are small bags. They can be stacked on one on top of the other. They are with labels, so you can calibrate them, you can put the dates on them, you know how much quantity you are putting, so you can very well use milk storage bags. Could you please elaborate on the immunity aspect of breastfeeding and how does it help a baby fight diseases? What happens is, through the mother's milk, the baby not only gets enough nutrients for its growth and development, but the baby gets a lot of antibodies. And once the baby receives the antibodies through the mother's milk, the baby's immune system becomes very, very strong, and this baby is able to fight out the infections that are prevailing around. So much so that even in times of COVID, they have suggested that the mother should breastfeed the baby because she is not going to pass her infections into the baby, but she is going to make the baby stronger by providing immunity through her milk. So this is how the immunity in the baby gets boosted, because the baby receives lots of immune protective antibodies through the mother's milk. Can C-section affect the breastfeeding cycle? No way. It is only in case of a cesarean, the mother really fusses around a lot and she says that she is not able to put the baby to the breast, as a result of which obviously breastfeeding becomes so unsuccessful and people blame cesarean for it. Ideally, I instruct all my mothers in the class that even though they have undergone a C-section, they should ask for the baby as early as possible, so that the contact of the mother and the baby is made as early as possible, as a result of which the baby may suckle a little bit at the mother's breast and stimulate the let down reflex, which is responsible for the milk production in the baby's breast. Can I breastfeed if I am on medications? Yes, 100%. No matter how many antibiotics or painkillers you will take, your pediatrician and the doctor knows that you have a baby. They will give you in the safe range and you can very well breastfeed your baby despite taking medications. Why is formula feeding not recommended? Formula feeding is not recommended because it is usually a synthetic product. A baby is really born to nurse at the mother's breast. Do any other animals give formula to their babies? Does the cow feed a calf with formula? It is only human beings. We have created this formula and we have started introducing to the babies. The baby's systems are not able to digest these chemicals. Baby system are not used to getting this nutrition coming from the formula, and the baby simply gains weight, making the mother and the family happy, but in short, the baby doesn't become a very strong baby at all. The benefits of exclusive breastfeeding is that it helps the baby to become an intelligent baby. All the proteins in the mother's milk during the first 4 months are directed towards the brain development of the child. So it is very, very important that the mother breastfeeds her baby exclusively, so as to every mother wishes her child to be very intelligent, and this intelligence comes with the exclusive proteins that the baby gets through the mother's milk. Also, breastfed babies settle down socially very well because they have been reassured from time to time that there is a mother to look after them, and that is why they are not afraid of strangers, and they settle down peacefully in the midst of other people as well. They also do not become sick every now and then because of the immunity that goes into them through the mother's milk. The biggest advantage is that breast milk is the best food available for the baby because the nutrients in the mother's milk are definitely going to change from time to time according to the need and the age of the baby, which no other milk can do so. As a result of which, a 6-month-old child will get the nutrients through the mother's milk according to its age and its need, and a 6-week-old child will get so accordingly. What are the I have already spoken about the benefits of exclusive breastfeeding. Sheetal is asking, can adopted babies be breastfed? No, because the mother's body is not producing those hormones which are responsible for developing breast milk in her breast. So an adopted child cannot be breastfed for sure. Breast milk is called Amrit for the baby. It is very, very essential that you breastfeed your baby. And why is it called Amrit? Because we know that as Amrit is harped upon by everyone, like even the Devas, they asked for Amrit and they didn't want the poison. Any other milk that you give to the baby is incomparable to the mother's milk. Mother's milk is the best milk because it has everything that the baby needs for its growth, for its development, for the development of its brain, of its intelligence. So everything that the baby needs during the first couple of months after getting into this world is all present in the mother's milk, and that is why it has been called Amrit. Who should use a breast pump and is it harmful? Using a breast pump is not harmful if you use it very judiciously. Okay? It is only harmful in cases where the mother does not put the baby to the breast and uses the breast pump exclusively to pump out the milk and then fill it up in bottles and give it to the baby. What happens as a result is that the baby's connection with the mother's breast is not made. Slowly and gradually the milk supply will reduce. Also, breast pump has to be used as an adjunct while you are traveling, while you are going out or you are at work. Then you need to use breast pumps, or if you are very tired and if your baby wakes up several times in the night, then you can use breast pumps to feed the baby. But by and large, you should not use the breast pump for a total substitute against mother's breast. Okay, it should be used very, very judiciously. Using a breast pump is not harmful at all. On the contrary, it is a good help to the mother because of the various reasons that I just mentioned. A breast pump will make expressing out the milk faster as compared to manual expression. Manual expression is very slow and tiring to the mother. Does the size of the breast affect milk production? No. No, even if you have very big breast or you have small breast or you have round breast or a different shaped breast, all breast will be able to produce adequate milk for the baby. It's the sucking action of the baby that is responsible for the milk production, and not the baby coming, not the size or the shape of the mother's breast. So this should be out of the mother's mind, that my breasts are very small or my breasts are very large. That's why it will hamper the breastfeeding. I don't think that is the real reason. You should latch the baby well so that plenty of areola gets into the baby's mouth and baby will be able to breastfeed adequately. So friends, this session is brought to you by Morrison's Baby Dreams, a company that wants to help the new mothers in looking after their babies in the best possible manner, because they introduce products that the mother can use to make her life easy and comfortable in taking care of a bundle of joy. I am Dr. Rita Shah. I conduct childbirth classes called 9 months for pregnant women and help them not only in their pregnancy but also help them to deliver their babies with a lot of joy and satisfaction. In our country, there's a lot of myth associated with giving birth to the baby, that it is very scary, it is very painful. By preparing yourself in the right manner, these fears are avoided and you can be happy giving birth to your baby. Your partner is also well prepared in this journey of yours, who can support you. And especially with the classes coming online on Zoom, we have been able to reach many people in many corners of the world. So whenever the need arises, we are just there to help you out. Also, mothers, we are talking on breastfeeding, which is very, very dear to everyone's heart. All over the world, they celebrate the breastfeeding week, and it is very essential that you make up your minds. As you say your prayers every day, you keep on telling yourself, do or die, I'm going to breastfeed my baby, and that way it will develop that strong positivity, build up that confidence in you to breastfeed your baby. You have no idea, breastfeeding gives many benefits to your baby as well as to your own self. It helps to save unnecessary expenditure as well as unnecessary hassles. Breast milk is always available at the right temperature, at the right quantity, in the right quantity. Whenever you need it, it is always there, and you don't require any kind of preparations, any kind of packing. Even when you're traveling outside, if you're bottle feeding, you have to ensure that your bottles are well sterilized. When you're packing, you have to remember to take everything with you, and all this is also very difficult because it puts an extra strain on the mother. There's another question coming from Sakshi. Can my husband help me through my journey of breastfeeding? Of course, fathers play a very major role in helping the mothers to breastfeed. Firstly, by supporting her and by encouraging her to go with breastfeeding at all weird times. There are times when the baby wakes up 4 times in the night, and obviously if the father is sharing the same room, he may also get disturbed. So he should not really discourage the mother from breastfeeding. On the contrary, he should tell her that I will wake up, I will sit next to you and will help you with the breastfeeding. Also, when you are traveling, when you are going out, fathers have to cooperate and make sure that every time a baby needs a feed, the father stops the car or parks the car in a quiet place where the mother can peacefully feed the baby. Also ensure that he should not leave the mother and the child behind at home simply because she has to breastfeed the baby. He should take the baby and the mother with him wherever an outing is necessary. That way the mother feels good about it, and she can very well feed in public places also. You get very good breastfeeding covers these days to make you not embarrassed or shy when you're feeding in the midst of other people, and you don't care a damn. Everyone knows that you have a baby and this baby has to drink milk from the mother. So you should not feel shy, and this way husband can very well support. Sometimes if the mother is tired, he can ask the mother to put the her own breast milk in the bottle, and definitely that way the father can help in feeding the baby while the mother is resting for some time. Size of the breast does not affect milk production at all, because the milk production depends upon the hormones and not on the size of the breast. Hetal Mehta is asking, how do I know if my baby is truly drinking my breast milk? Good question, Hetal. So before you put the baby to the breast, if your breast feel heavier, and after the feed is over you feel an emptiness in your breast, that is an indication that your breast milk is sufficient, and you do not really have to worry, because you cannot see the milk flowing in from your breast into the baby. Your breasts are not transparent, but the heaviness to lightness in the breast is an indication. Also, if the baby sleeps for some time, at least 45 minutes to an hour after the feeding is over, then you know that your baby has had your breast milk. Babies are not fools. If you have not fed them properly, they are constantly going to be crying.
There's a comment from Sakshi that you need to reply to.
I've already replied. To Sakshi's, yes. So as everything is being done together, the baby is made together, husband also should support that much in breastfeeding. I remember a couple of years ago when I was doing a breastfeeding class in New York, there was a time when a mother complained that her husband was discouraging her from breastfeeding, because the husband was feeling very sad that the mother, instead of sleeping, was waking up several times in the night to breastfeed her baby. We had to convince the mother that she has all the time during the day to sleep when her baby is sleeping, and not listen to this false sympathy made by her husband. So make sure that whether it is your husband or the family who discourages you from breastfeeding your baby because you have to wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes my mothers tell me that the suggestion comes that you give an extra ounce or 2 ounces of milk, formula feed to the baby, only one feed at night time, so that the baby allows you to sleep through the night. I would not encourage that at all, because that is not the right thing to do. You are encouraging your child to overeat at a wrong time, and obviously you are introducing formula feed to the baby. Mothers, please make up for all your lost sleep during the daytime, but wake up as many times as your baby requires milk in night. And it is only during the first couple of days that the baby will want frequent night feeds. As the baby starts settling down, the night feeds will automatically reduce. How long breast milk can be stored? Breast milk can be stored at room temperature for 4 to 5 hours, in the refrigerator for 24 hours, and in the deep freeze up to 1 month. So it has a very long shelf life, and you must express out and store whatever extra milk is there in the breast. Do not allow the breast milk to accumulate, because if you don't express out your milk after the feeding is over, the milk can develop engorgement in your breast. And once your breasts get engorged, if they are not emptied out, you will have lots of pains and lots of problems, so much so that an abscess can also develop in your breast. Painful lumps in the breast is not a normal situation at all. Make sure that you do not develop lumps by expressing out the milk that is extra and feeding the baby frequently. Lumps are also developed when the latch is not correct. So you also have to ensure that the latch is proper so that the baby drains out milk from every duct, as a result of which no lump will remain in any of the milk ducts. Is it normal not to have a menstrual cycle? Yes, they do say that the periods get delayed, but this happens only with exclusive breastfeeding. If you are not exclusively breastfeeding, you will get periods much earlier because the ovulation in the body starts very early, since exclusive breastfeeding is not done. To get this benefit of delayed menstrual cycle, mother has to exclusively breastfeed her baby. Even occasional formula feeding will not give her this benefit. And the periods, if they are delayed, it is better because the hormones change when she is having her periods, and sometimes that can affect her milk supply. So we want to ensure that she does not develop any kind of issues with early onset of menstrual periods. How to avoid engorged breast? I have just mentioned that by frequently breastfeeding and correcting the latch, you can avoid engorged breast, and also express out whatever additional milk is there in the breast. And in case if they are very badly engorged, you can use a hot compress, that is a hot water bag wrapped in a towel. You put them over your breast and then express out all the extra milk. That way the breast engorgement can be relieved. Otherwise they can be very, very painful, and lumps can also lead to breast abscesses. Shape of the breast, do they get affected with breastfeeding? No, not at all. On the contrary, because of the sucking action of the baby, the tissues around the breast supporting the breast is a tissue itself, and there are muscles that support these breast tissues. So when the baby is sucking, it automatically works the muscles of the breast. So the breasts do not sag. They generally sag in pregnancy if proper breast exercises are not performed. In a good prenatal class, breast exercises are taught which the mother has to perform daily, as a result of which her breast will not sag. By and large, the baby should be breastfed exclusively for 4 to 6 months, and after 6 months, solids will be introduced to the baby. Once the solid gets introduced to the baby, then probably the feeds from the mother will automatically lessen. Like if baby is eating a whole bowl of porridge in the morning or a vegetable soup, then obviously the baby will have no appetite to have breast milk. So that way, after 6 months, the mother automatically gets respite, and at around 10 months of age, the child starts eating a full diet like an adult, as a result of which then probably she may be putting the baby to the breast maybe 2 or 3 times in the entire 24 hours. And then after 12 months are over, gradually you start weaning the baby by taking away one feed at one time. So this is how your baby will then get introduced to the solid foods, because if you just allow the baby to keep on drinking milk, a growing child definitely needs to learn how to eat solids as well, and that is possible when you start introducing solids at 6 months of age. Then after 6 months, only milk is not a proper diet for the baby. So there are people who think that continuing with breastfeeding in the second year of life is also recommended, but I feel that the baby gets very much used to drinking milk only from the breast, as a result of which then in the third year when you start giving the baby milk through a glass, baby refuses to take because the babies have got so used to drinking milk from the breast. So I think around 12 to 15 months is a good time frame of giving your baby the breast milk, and by that time the child is eating good amounts of milk, which will automatically give immunity to the baby. So then in the second half of the second year of life, the child is not dependent upon the immunity coming through the mother's milk, because now the child's own immune system also starts functioning. So I am very grateful to Morrison's Baby Dreams for organizing this event, and I really apologize for the delay in today's session because of the technical problems that was faced because of the bad weather that we are facing in Bombay. Vodafone has gone absolutely out of gear. To talk to anyone over the phone is also not possible since morning. So again, our sincere apologies to all the viewers, but I'm sure you have learned quite a bit from today's session, and we will be of great help to you whenever you need any kind of assistance. So with that, I would like to end today's session. Morrison's Baby Dreams, you are doing a wonderful job of taking care of the new mothers, helping them in their journey of motherhood, and I would wish you all the best in introducing greater innovative products to make their life even more comfortable.